In today's video, we will be making Neil Lennon the Rangers manager. Wonder how that one will turn out. So as you can see here, Neil Lennon is the Rangers manager. As you can see, he's just left Celtic and he's just joined Rangers. I'm sure that would piss a lot of people off. But as for Celtic's new manager, it's Steven Gerrard, which would probably piss a lot more people off, including myself. So what I'll be doing is I'll be simulating this entire season to see if Neil Lennon can stop 10 in a row again, or will Steven Gerrard stop Rangers from lifting 55. So what I'm going to do first is simulate to the end of the summer transfer window and see what business the team's got about. So you can see we're back. Rangers are currently top of the league, just by 2 points, but Celtic have a game in hand. See, Neil Lennon's still the manager, he's not been sacked, and they've done well in Europe. They've got past the qualifiers, beat a team called Noah. They also beat Viking here, and they beat Sofia to get to the group stage. When you have a look at their group here, it is quite a tough group. Leicester, Sivasspor, PSV and Rangers. It's going to be a tough group for Rangers to get out of. For business they've done, and by the looks of it, they've not really done any business. As for the outgoings, they have, however, lost Stephen Davis. And as for Celtic, they have got past the Champions League qualifiers, and they are in the Champions League group with Sevilla, Chelsea, Basak Sekir. That is a tough group. They've had a good start to the season, but let's look at some transfers. They did sign one player here. Do not know who he is, but he is a defender, so he'll definitely help them out in some way. As for the outgoings, they've not really sold anyone apart from Stephen Welsh, who's been loaned out to St Johnstone. So as you see, the Old Firm is coming up in a few days, so we're actually going to attend the match. We'll be watching it, see Neil Lennon's first Old Firm as Rangers manager. It'll be interesting to see how it pans out. So as you can see, it is Derby Day in Glasgow. Rangers take the kick-off. Celtic v Rangers. Who's going to win? Free kick here. Kent whips it in and Helander hits off the post there. Pretty sure. Barisic has the ball again. Kent Roof, and Roof looks to be fouled in the box. It's a penalty for Rangers. And Tavernier is able to score it. Barkas didn't even move. There was no chance he was saving that. So Rangers are now 1-0 up at Parkhead. But Celtic have a corner here. Looks like Julian was shoved by Aribo, and now Celtic have a penalty and sends McGregor the wrong way. James Forrest gets his 6th goal of the season. We are approaching half time right now, and it is currently 1-1 between Celtic and Rangers. Celtic being the better team by quite a bit. Celtic actually have a highlight here in the 80th minute. Morelos, it's a poor pass. Kenny, the new signing, whips one into El Yunusi, and Celtic are 2-1 up. So it's a poor pass from Morelos. There's a great ball in from Kenny and no one's there. That's poor defending from Rangers. And that is full time. Neil Lennon's first Old Firm game as Rangers manager has ended in defeat.
Oh, Neil.
It's a poor performance. Celtic dominated and deserved the win. So with the victory, Celtic moved to the top of the league with a game in hand and a point above Rangers. So they currently have the advantage right now, but lots can change from now to the end of the season. So now we're going to simulate to the end of the January transfer window and see what happens. So we're back now, and Celtic remain top of the league, but Rangers do have a game in hand. Celtic have actually lost 2 games this season. Rangers only lost 1 still, but Celtic lost to Ross County. As you can see in the Champions League, they failed, only picking up 1 point from 6 games, and that was against 3rd place. As for the cup competitions, they actually failed, losing both cups out in the quarter final to Rangers, the Betfred Cup, and in the Scottish Cup they lost on penalties to Hibs. In the league, I guess in the league they're doing alright. They have made 2 signings here. This guy Wind from Copenhagen, it's a striker, and this guy, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name, a left back. As for the outgoings, they have lost 2 of their strikers. They lost Edward, who's moved to Liverpool, for 16.5 million, already made quite an impact there. And Leigh Griffiths went to West Ham. They also lost Ayer, he's went to Inter Milan. So they have lost quite a few of their star players in January, but they're still top of the league. And as for Rangers, see how they done in Europe. They failed to qualify out, but that is a difficult group. You know, I would have expected them to put up a better fight. They only winning one game and drawing two. That's quite a poor return considering how good Rangers have been in real life in Europe. But lost both games to Leicester as well. As for the cup competitions, a little bit better than Celtic. You know, betting them in the quarter final. And Kilmarnock in the semi-final, and they will be facing Falkirk at Hampden. And as for transfers, only one incoming here, Houston. And outgoings look a lot. They sold Greg Stewart, who started in no firm. Glenn Kamara, who's went to Zenit, and Morelos has moved to Dortmund. So they've lost quite a few big players, Rangers. So I think it will be tougher for them come the second half of the season. Will they be able to win the league? So, we're about to find out who won the league. Was Neil Lennon able to stop 10 in a row? And the answer to that question is yes. Neil Lennon's Rangers were able to win the league. Let's have a look now. See, Rangers stormed the league, but actually they only won the league by 1 point as well. It's fine margins there, only losing 2 games all season, both to Celtic. For Celtic, they lost 3 games, but we can't see the third. We already knew they'd lost to Rangers in Ross County. Let's check the champions first. As you can see, they won the Betfred Cup final against Falkirk. As for the Scottish Cup, they also won it on penalties. That's actually another treble for Neil Lennon. That's 5 trebles in a row. The quintuple treble for Neil Lennon. Let's look at Celtic now. Celtic didn't really have a great season, getting knocked out of all cup competitions, like the Scottish Cup there. Also, we knew about the Betfred Cup, they'd already lost that. And losing the league title as well, and of course getting embarrassed in the Champions League. But anyway, that is it for today's video. Might do a part 2. We can see if Neil Lennon will continue to win trophies in Scotland. We can also see if Steven Gerrard can win anything for Celtic. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and goodbye.